Every week, I walk my buyers through houses across the West End, and every week, the same features kill the same showings. Not the big stuff. I'm not talking about the roof or the furnace. Finishes that owners paid real money for, sometimes 5 figures, believing they were adding value. Buyers walk in, sees the upgrade, and start calculating what it'll cost to undo it. And understand who these buyers are, because it explains every reaction on this list. The people walking through Toronto family homes right now are mostly couples in their 30s coming out of a condo, often with a kid or one on the way, carrying the biggest mortgage of their lives. They have scrolled thousands of listings. They know exactly what current looks like, and they know what a renovation costs, and they have zero appetite for paying for your taste twice, once in the price and once in the demolition. Nobody plans to hurt your feelings today, but a few of you are going to recognize your own house on this list. That's fine. Having one of these does not mean your home will not sell. It means you should think very carefully before spending another dollar on any of them, especially if the whole point of spending is to sell. Everything on this list comes from actual showings and actual buyers' reaction, standing in actual Toronto kitchens. This is what the people who eventually buy your house say when you're not in the room. Number 1, the heavily veined countertop with the waterfall edge. For years, the formula was quartz with dramatic gray marbling running off the edge and down the side of the island. If you have it, keep it. It's still a nice kitchen, but if you're renovating to sell in 2026, do not install it. Buyers now read it as a 2019 kitchen, and the wildfire edge specifically is expensive stone doing no work. A simple, quiet quartz or granite with minimal movement reads current, costs less, and offends nobody. If you want a natural stone that's actually trending up, quartzite is having its moment, and you love the marble look, save it for the house you plan to grow old in, because real marble stains, it etches, and terrifies buyers who have to maintain it. In a kitchen you're prepping for sale, offending nobody is the entire assignment. Number 2, the one color kitchen. Think all white, all gray, or all brown. Floor to ceiling, no texture, no contrast. Buyers walk into a monochrome kitchen and it reads flat on their phone photos and flat in real life, in person. White kitchens will always be in style, but break it up. A contrasting island, different hardware, some wood tone somewhere. The specific look that is truly finished is full farmhouse, white shaker cabinets, subway tile, matte black handles, and a cage black pendant lights. Toronto builders and flippers ran that combination into the ground for a decade, and buyers have now seen it over 400 times. Same warning in the other direction. The boldly painted island, the turquoise, the emerald, the navy that you love. The more specific your style, the smaller the pool of buyers who share it. Remember that. You're not decorating for yourself anymore. Neutral is not boring when you're selling. Neutral is money. Number 3, the oversized island. And this one hits harder in Toronto than almost anywhere. Our housing stock is full of semis and row houses on 15 to 20 foot lots. When an owner installs a massive island, or worse, a double island in a Toronto-sized kitchen, buyers don't see luxury. They see a room they cannot walk through. At showings, couples physically squeeze past the stone and start discussing removal costs in front of me. Size the island to the room. Leave a meter of clearance on every side and put the money you save somewhere buyers will not want to undo. Number 4, the microwave mounted over the stove. The combination over the range units microwave badly and ventilate worse, and buyers have caught on. They probably have one in their old condo. When they see one, the conversation immediately becomes where the microwave will go instead. They're drawer microwaves and counter garages that solve this cheaply now. If you're renovating a kitchen anyway, do not spend money installing the thing your buyer will budget to remove. Number 5 is less a mistake than a heads up, because the shift is happening right now. I'm not just surprised it lasted this long. Stainless steel appliances are slowly on their way out, and panel appliances, talking about the fridge, the dishwasher, faced to match the cabinetry are what's coming in. Walk into any kitchen and notice what your eye lands on first. It's the big cold slabs of steel. The high-end market moved to integrated look years ago, and it's working its way through down the price ladder, the way every kitchen trend does. If you're buying appliances this year with resale in mind, most packages now offer panel-ready version. Give this trend 5 years and stainless everywhere will read the way the all-black appliances package from 2005 reads today. To be clear, nobody's telling you to replace working stainless steel appliances. That would violate everything else in this video. This is purely for the people standing in an appliance showroom this month with a renovation budget in hand. The panel-ready version costs a little bit more today and will look current a decade longer. If you own a home in Toronto where you're getting one ready to sell, subscribe. Every week, I show you what actually moves sale prices in this market, straight from the showing floor. The second half of this list is where people really get hurt, starting with the bathroom. And if you subscribe, it'll help me keep on making videos just like this. Number 6, the standalone bathtub inside the shower. Somebody decided the solution to a small primary bathroom was to build one big glass wet room and park the freestanding tub inside the shower area. Buyers do not understand it. I don't understand it. You shower while staring at the tub. You bathe while sitting in a shower, and the whole space feels cramped doing both jobs badly. If space is tight, a smaller shower plus a tub elsewhere beats the wet room mashup every time. Let's talk about tubs generally. This matters enormously for buyers in this market. People buying Toronto family homes right now or couples leaving condos with a toddler and another kid on the way. They may never take a bath in their lives, but they are absolutely convinced they'll be bathing children every night. Rip out the only bathtub in the house to build your dream walk-in shower, and we quietly deleted a whole segment of your future buyers. Keep at least one tub in a family home. When you sell, you're appealing to the masses, not to your own routine. Number 7, the TV hostile living room. 2 versions of this. First, the fireplace with the grand mantle positioned so that the only TV spot is the neck craning meter and a half up the wall. Second, the custom built-in wall unit sized for a television from 2012. TVs, as you know, have gone enormous and cheap. And the first things buyers do to a living room is silently measure where their 75-inch screen goes. If your renovation includes a fireplace or millwork, design for a big, low TV, even if you don't own one. A beautiful built-in that cannot hold a modern TV is a demolition line item in the buyer's head. Number 8, sinks, which buyers care about far more than any sellers expect. Divided sinks versus single basins. That splits about 50-50 and costs you nothing either way. What actually hurts is the top mounted sinks, the ones with the rim sitting on the counter. Buyers read it instantly as a budget renovation. And because you cannot swap a top mount for an undermount without touching the counter, they mentally replace the entire countertop. Undermount always, kitchen and bathroom both. And the vessel sink, the bowl sink on top of the vanity. It photographs beautifully, it splashes, it eats counter space, and buyers have already lived in one somewhere and did not enjoy it. Statement pieces are for a living, not for a listing. Number 9, barn doors. The name is the tell. It's a barn door and you have installed it in a 1920s semi or 2015 condo townhouse where no barn has ever stood. The rustic slider has its moments, but it seals badly. It blocks no sound. It gives a bathroom or bedroom almost no real privacy. It occupies a wall that buyers want for art or furniture. At showings, buyers slide back and forth twice and start talking about what door goes there instead. If you're solving a space problem, a pocket door does the same job invisibly, and nobody ever ripped one of those out. And number 10, the biggest one, the single most common reason buyers walk away muttering. Flooring. 3 rules from the showroom floor. First, if you use carpet, keep it low pile, neutral, no shag, no dark brown, no charcoal, and only in bedrooms. Second, be careful with cheap luxury vinyl plank. Buyers can tell. It sounds plasticky underfoot. And in the city, every renovated to flip listing has the same great LVP. So now its signals flip the moment they walk in. In a starter condo, that's fine. In a $1.5 million house, it undercuts everything else you spent money on. And in the luxury market, above, let's say, $3 million in Toronto, can generally cost you the sale. Higher end vinyl costs close to what engineer hardwood costs. And engineer hardwood elevates the home in a way vinyl never will. Third, if your house still has expensive but dated stone floor from past era. Let's talk about the tumble travertine, the giant beige porcelain with thick grout lines from the 2000 builder boom. Understand that buyers see the removal cost, not the original price tag. Era-specific luxury dates a house faster than plain builder basic ever could. One more flooring note specific to our housing stock. Before you buy a single plank of anything, check what's underneath your broadloom. A huge share of Toronto older houses have original hardwood hiding under decades of carpet, and refinishing it costs a fraction of new flooring, while giving buyers the one floor nobody has ever wanted to rip out. I've seen sellers want to spend $15,000 on vinyl who are standing on better floors than money can actually buy. Match the finish to the price point of the home. The most common flooring mistake in Toronto right now is expensive houses wearing cheap floors. The buyer is never fooled. Every item on this list comes down to one principle. The moment you decide to sell, your taste stops being the product. The buyer's imagination is the product. Your job is to hand them a house where nothing interrupts the movie they're playing in their head about living there. And every item we covered today is an interruption, something they must undo, pay for, or explain to themselves. So before you spend a single renovation dollar on a house you plan to sell, get a professional through it months before listing, not the week before photos. Walk the house together and sort every idea you have into two piles. Things buyers will pay for and things buyers will pay to remove. The sellers who make that call early are the ones who spend $5K and look like they spent $50K. The ones who guess are the ones funding the next owner's demolition.